Is it real, Clint? That's what people want to know. Is it real? Is it real? Does it look real to you? Sure looks real to me. Sure enough does look real. And I gotta tell you that this is going to be the last one here at this location. And it is not sponsored by, but it is refreshed by Coca-Cola con Cafe. Yes, Coca-Cola con Cafe is the refreshing drink that gets me as close to a Guinness pub draft as I can possibly get today. That's right. Is it real? Yes, my friends, it's 100% real. See how real it is? That's right. That's the refreshment that I'm talking about. Yeah. Is it real? Yes, my friends, it is really time for a sunset story. Yes. There you go. Yep, looking real from Texas is looking real from here. Yes. All right. So here it is. It's not quite ready to drink yet. It's real. You know, but I want that Coca-Cola con Cafe, that refreshment, see? Yeah. Yes. Here we go. Is it real? You know it, baby. Ah, just like Guinness. Oh, so freaking good. All right, my brothers and sisters, it's time for the final sunset story of this location. We are going to be moving to a new place tomorrow for at least the month of May, possibly, let's see, possibly June and even July. I don't know. I don't know when. I don't know. This is a story about a happier time, a simpler time, a more youthful time for me and all of us, you see. This was a story that takes place back in 2007 at the Wynn Las Vegas. Remember the Wynn Las Vegas? Remember that beautiful hotel? Before there was Encore, there was just the Wynn Las Vegas. And I had a lot of clients from Bellagio, from Mandalay Bay, who got scooped up and became chefs over at the Wynn Las Vegas when they opened up the Wynn Las Vegas. One of my clients, he's a good friend of mine. He really was a breakthrough client for me in Las Vegas. And his name was Philippe Rispoli. You could see him here on Facebook. He's running a restaurant in, I think it's in Rhode Island or Massachusetts, up in the Cape somewhere, up there. It's called PB Brasserie. And I'll tell you what, the people in that town where Philippe Rispoli is running his little restaurant, they're the luckiest people in the world because they have one of the most highly trained, top expert executive chefs running a super gourmet restaurant in their little town. Why he picked their little town, I don't know. But those people are like the luckiest people in the whole freaking world to have that restaurant in their little town. I mean, I see the pastries that he's putting out and everything that he's doing is amazing. And one day, it's early on in the evolution and life of the Wynn Las Vegas Resort. And, I'm going there all the time because My philosophy is the more I'm there, the more chance I have. Like every time I go to Las Vegas, I'm meeting executive chefs, I'm meeting vice presidents of food and beverage. The more I was there, the more money I was making. And one day, it's like a Sunday morning, and I'm in the kitchen at the Daniel Boulou Brasserie. Okay, now, the Daniel Boulou Brasserie. For those of you who are not up on things, Daniel Boulou is one of New York City's and America's top Michelin star chefs. And he had a restaurant. See, Philippe had trained under him. He was a mentor of Philippe's. And he was opening this new restaurant at the Wynn. Now, you know the lake where the Wynn is? Well, that's where the restaurant was, right on the lake. And man, was this place beautiful. And this was right in the beginning. So totally in the beginning of the whole thing. And I'm in the kitchen with Philippe. And he is mixing up a gigantic pot of lobster bisque. I mean, a pot like this big, right? Just enormous, of lobster bisque. And you know how they sell those like little hand mixers? He's got an industrial size one that's the size of a baseball bat. And he's stirring up this lobster bisque with his baseball bat size industrial mixer. And I said to Philippe, why the hell are you doing this? You're the executive chef of this restaurant. Why don't you have some sous chef or line cook doing this? And he goes, this is my métier. I love this. Philippe Rispoli always smelled so good. I think I finally was able to figure out what cologne he has, and I bought it. It's Valentino cologne, and I wear it, and Allie loves it. I always loved it. So we're standing there, and he's mixing his giant pot of lobster bisque, and all of a sudden, there's like an energy in the kitchen. And I look up, and there's some tough-looking guy coming through, followed by George H.W. Bush, the President of the United States, number 41. And then another tough-looking guy. Those were his Secret Service guys. And they just come, just like barreling through the kitchen. And me and Philippe, we're standing over here by the stoves where he's mixing this pot. And they come down through the main aisle of the kitchen. They're just looking around, walking through. Nobody else with them. They go out into the dining room. And I'm like, holy shit, Philippe. That was the president, George Bush, President of the United States, holy fucking shit. And he goes, really? And I go, I'm going out there. And I go out there, and there is George H.W. Bush. And he's standing like in the middle of the dining room. And he's looking around at the lake. He's just like surveying how the hell he could just be walking around through the back behind the house of the Wynn Las Vegas, how the hell he could just be unescorted with these Secret Service guys just doing whatever the hell he wants. I have no freaking clue. But that's power for you. That's the way powerful people are. They don't need anybody's permission. They just do. This is part of my secret of success in Las Vegas. I do that kind of shit in Las Vegas. I just walk around in the back of the house. I just go into any kitchen. It takes experience. It takes personal power to be able to do that kind of shit. And I do that all the time, and that's part of my success secrets of being a successful entrepreneur. It's just having the power and the vision to be able to do whatever the hell I want. So I see George Bush standing there looking at the lake, and I go over to one of the Secret Service men because in my pocket, I just so happen to have a digital camera. Now, why the hell do I have a digital camera? Because in those days, I had taken a seminar called Mega Book Marketing with Mark Victor Hansen. And he's one of the authors of Chicken Soup for the Soul. And in this seminar, he goes, And if you meet anybody who's famous or important, you want to get a picture with them. He didn't go and explain the whole celebrity attachment technique that I use all the time. That's all he said. You want to have a camera with you in your pocket just in case you meet somebody famous so you can get a picture with them. That's all he said. So I go out into the dining room, and amazingly, I have a little Sony digital camera in my pocket. And I go over to one of the Secret Service agents. See, in those days, I was not who I am today. I was a much more meek person than that, okay? And I didn't know how to get selfies with famous people. So I go over to a Secret Service agent, and I go, "Excuse me, do you think I could get a picture with the president?" And he goes, and I have my camera in my hand. And he goes, "Sure." And I go, "Will you take it?" He goes, "Sure, I'll take it." And so I walk over to the president and I go, "Mr. President, I voted for you, sir." He says, That's very smart of you, young man." And I go, "Could we get a picture, sir?" And he goes, "Sure." And I'm like standing with him, and I'm like pushing into him shoulder to shoulder. Like I'm so shoulder to shoulder with George Bush. And I'll post the picture on this post later on. Okay, so you can see the picture, or you could look at my photos. You'll see it's like me and George Bush were like so shoulder to shoulder. I'm like next to him. I wanted to be next to him. He was a very nice man, a very nice man. And in the photo, you can see he's wearing a necktie, and on the tie are all these parachute guys, all these guys parachuting. See, because George Bush, he famously went and jumped out of an airplane and parachuted to the ground on his 80th birthday. That was a famous thing of his. So I get my picture with George Bush, and I go back and I say, "Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. No problem." And then I just walk away, and he leaves, and I go back into the kitchen with my friend Philippe, the chef. He never even left. He didn't come out and get a picture. He didn't do anything. And I go, "Hey man, look, I got a picture with the president." He's like, "Oh, Bill Clinton." He always used to call me Bill Clinton. because my name is Clint. He would always call me, "Oh, Bill Clinton, you have a picture with the other president." Freaking guy. Now, I had that picture for a long, long time. I did. Before I went to a seminar and figured out that using celebrity attachment photos with famous people, like any president of the United States, was actually a powerful thing to use in your marketing. Now, in case you haven't noticed, it's my number one best favorite type of marketing is to have my pictures with famous people. Look throughout my Facebook, type my name in Google, Clint Arthur, you'll see me and famous people to the ends of the earth, because there's nothing better than having pictures of you with famous people. And if you want it, I got an event coming up. Now, it was supposed to be June 12, 13, 14 in New York City with Dr. Oz and Dr. Drew and a Surgeon General and a NASA astronaut and Patch Adams. Well, obviously, June in New York City ain't gonna work. I have all the pieces lined up to do it in August in a different state that's going to be open, but I'm waiting before I announce it officially for the state to get more open, okay? So just so you know, the June event, I see a couple people on here who are registered for it. June in New York is going to be moved hopefully to August 7, 8, 9 in a southern state. I'll have more information for you on that soon. If you're interested, go to clintarthur.tv and shoot me an email, apply for my mentorship, whatever, get in touch with me, or go to IMM20. Just buy a general admission ticket to IMM20 while you can, because you're not going to be able to get them. I'm going to have America's first conference. It's going to happen in August in a southern state with Dr. Oz, Dr. Drew, and a bunch of doctors. You should be there because you'll be able to get your celebrity attachment marketing assets there and start building your collection of the best marketing that money can buy. Hey, that's going to wrap it up from this location. All future Sunset Stories will be coming to you from another location here in Acapulco. Look forward to it this week. Good night, everybody.